Welcome to Healing Conversations with me, Selepe. It's such a privilege you tuning into our show, and I'm hoping that with tonight's topic, you are going to start navigating better in terms of your marriage or relationship. Infidelity. It's a very sore topic, I know, but it's one that's very necessary. Can every relationship survive? Can we rebuild after unfaithfulness? If so, how do we do it? Well, psychologist Dr. Mandu is with us this evening, and she's going to share with us how to go about trying to rebuild. And yes, the uncomfortable question of how do I move on once I've taken the decision that things are not working out between me and an unfaithful partner. So join our discussion as we probe these difficult questions. Dr. Mandu, I always delight in you coming to the show and your availability for us. Let's talk about how an unfaithful partner really affects a relationship. And I want to start with trust. It's an integral part of every relationship. How is trust eroded, affected, and in most instances wiped out completely once you realize that this person has not been very honest with me?
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm humbled to be here. Let us look at a relationship or a marriage, and before we can come to trust, what do we need? Before you can think of having a relationship with someone, there are key areas that you should inspect or look at when you are choosing a partner, because you are going to build this sacred institution. It's a very, very sacred institution. Marriage is very sacred. And the first important thing that you must look at someone who has emotional intelligence, whose emotional intelligence is very high, who will feel for you, who will think for you before they even get out. And you should also look at how people solve their problems. You'll be dating, you'll be looking at their cognitive functioning actually, or how do they solve problems? Because we don't want a situation where you are with someone and you are having challenges in the marriage or in a relationship, and he decides or she decides to go out and thinking that having someone else is a solution to the current problem we are having in the house, you know. So those are two key areas that we look at. So let us look at trust. You know, back home in the village, we do have roundavels, eh? Yeah, so normally in most roundavels, there is one pillar in the middle, right? I normally consider it as the key, the trust. That pillar is like a trust in a marriage. So if you are building this roundavel and that pillar somehow collapse, the whole building will.
Yeah, the whole structure.
The whole structure will go. So if you are talking about a relationship, if you are talking about a marriage, whatever you are building, trust is key. And every individual have to understand that if I am to maintain, I mean, starting is not a problem. The issue is maintaining. And the maintenance, for you to maintain that relationship, trust must be there. And if you mess up with trust, it's going to be a challenge. Some people ask me, say, Mara doctor, even if I can go out and come back, he or she will forgive me.
Wow.
At a practical level, if I take this cup, just
bash it on the floor,
and then we come and say, okay, let's build it. It's broken. Let's build it. We are going to build it. It can be a cup, but it's no longer the original.
It's got cracks.
It has cracks. So if it's having cracks, imagine this person has been in this relationship, has trusted you so much, and you tampered with that trust. Do you think at the end of the day you'll have the same person that you originally had? No. Healing is there. Yes, we agree. Healing is there through support, through psychotherapy. Healing is there. But for sure, here and there are going to be some triggers. And the person will always go back and forth, back and forth.
This is where emotional cognizance comes into play, where you just spoke on the importance of having a partner who can be compassionate towards you. And we are in a scenario now where the trust has now been broken. And you are aware that there has been a transgression on the other party's side. This is where your partner's ability to understand and see things from your perspective comes into play.
Yeah.
How important is it that there is an understanding of what I have just done? Understanding from the fact that I have broken something. Not just I made a mistake, but I have actively broken something that we have jointly built.
Yeah. So now this person, it's fine, he has gone out or she has gone out. And he's coming back and say, I am sorry, I did it. I am sorry. Let us move on. That's where the problem is. We don't just move on. It's a process. And you have to be part of the process. As the part of the process to help this person who's wounded by your behavior, you have to understand their space where they are.
Mentally and
Mentally,
physically.
emotionally, physically, spiritually. That this person is broken. And I have to help this person to heal. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, we do understand you are remorseful, you have acknowledged that. First of all, you have to understand the magnitude of the problem you have created. The depth of the wound that you have caused. Because if you have a clearer picture when it comes to the depth of the wound you have caused, then you're going to be patient.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
some people say, but I said, I'm sorry. Let's go.
And she keeps bringing it up.
She keeps bringing, even if when you are eating an ice cream and she'll be asking you, but that day when you were sleeping with her,
Did you also buy her an ice cream?
Did you buy an ice cream or what was happening? You have to understand that this person is deeply wounded and sorry is not enough. We need patience. We need to move with this person. Get into this journey together. How are we going to do that? First of all, if indeed you want this marriage to work, if indeed you want this relationship to work, then it means that you are going to conceive this and then understand that this have emotional implications to the next person. Therefore, I need to stop.
Okay.
Because if you continue, it's like adding salt to the wound. I'm trying to forget, and the next thing another lady is calling me, the another one is calling me. How are you going to give me this time for me to heal?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
every time I'm trying to heal, you are putting me back.
Yeah, you're taking me back to exactly
into that space where I do not want to be. So if you say, I want to build this, first of all, I'm remorseful, and then it means I have to stop because now I realized the psychological implications. Now, we move on. It's okay. You have to understand that this is a process and it's gonna take time. You know, if you stab me with a knife here, I can the doctors will help me, and it's an external wound. But the internal wound takes time to heal. There is not even a time frame.
Oh, yes.
To say, okay, in 1 month I'll be fine. So the challenge, which most people do not know, is that if you have had other extramarital affairs and then you are coming back, now, if maybe you were running with the speed of 100, now you are going to put more effort in this relationship.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's no longer going to be the same where you will do normal things and then everything is okay. Here you are going to put an extra effort to make sure that this person will not go back to that stage of being hurt. And I'm telling you, you are going to put yourself in a very compromised situation.
Let me ask this question. We are assuming this is a unfaithful person who cares. You know, they have the compassion to say, what I did is wrong and I want to build. What makes or helps me identify someone who doesn't really care, doesn't really exhibit the conduct that says, I have a clear understanding of the magnitude and the depth of what I have done and the results on you. Because there are people who say, we hear stories, right? And some women will tell you, I caught him with Dr. Mandu. He left Dr. Mandu, went straight to Ntabising. I caught him with Ntabising. He left Ntabising. Or I caught her with Steve. She left Steve. She ran straight to Simon.
So apart from the issue of emotional intelligence, already this person, we can gauge that the emotional intelligence is very low. He doesn't understand that, you know what I'm doing to this person, if it's done to me, I'm going to be hurt. And I do not want to be in the space where... So he doesn't comprehend whole thing that he's doing. That's number one. Number two, the issue is the person might be wounded himself.
Oh.
So this is just a symptom of pathology.
Yes, yes, yes.
He's so every now and then he's caught with this one, he's caught with this one. What is he looking for? Is he looking for something else? Is he projecting his pain? Or what? So, or is it issue of emotional intelligence, as we have talked about? So if we say this one, let's say we are in a space of this person now understand that I have wronged this one, under normal circumstances will do the very same things that I have mentioned, but understand that, okay, I will move with you emotionally and be patient. And remember, these people who have been offended, the victims, they will be coming, everything, like I said, they are being triggered by everything. And they'll be saying, why did you do? Even when you are in bed, and they will say, did you use this style? You are no longer going to be yourself.
Yeah.
If you try to be creative, did you learn
where did you learn this from?
You understand?
Yeah.
So you need to be gentle with the person. See, you know what? In as much as I do understand that I have put you through this, but we are going through this together, and I do understand your pain. I might not feel it, but I have a glimpse of what you are going through with. And then this individual, sometimes especially the victims, would want to understand everything, know everything, because they feel that the more I know is the more I might become better. But unfortunately, the more they know is the more they get hurt. So be patient. And when they can see that there's an effort of making me feel better and making this whole marriage or relationship work, gradually they will come back. And the other thing, in terms of the healing, you can look at this person. Let's say it's you who have been offended. If you have been offended and you do not have support from me, if you do not have support from families, or maybe you don't even go for therapy, then we also look at you as, do you have what I normally call adversity intelligence? You find that there are people, even when challenges do come, they have this mental strength because they are so grounded, and whatever comes, they do have a way to buffer any negativity. At your level, are you able to buffer any negative activity and be able to heal from the pain quickly? Remember, we are different.
Yes, yes.
So those are the things that you need to consider. So you as the offender, what I need to say is that be patient, be supportive, be there, go an extra mile.
Should I be transparent?
Yes, as part of helping her to heal.
But you did say, sometimes from where I'm sitting, there's so much intimate information that I feel disclosing to this person can actually harm them. I'll just give a simple example. Maybe I took my partner to Dubai on a shopping trip. Or I even took them to Mahwaslu or Zanin just for a weekend. Yet here is Dr. Mandu, my wife. I can't even take her just to spare. I can't even spend just an hour with her. Do you even tell those things that you realize they are taking me from the pen into the fire here?
She's going to find out. Anyway, she's going to find out. What do I mean by transparency? Isn't that when you were having a relationship with Dr. Mandu, you used to hide your phone, you have passwords, you know your moves. But hiding, even when you are going there, you say, no, I'm at work. But what do I mean by transparency now? If you do have a phone, put it there. I'm not saying give her all the time.
Yes.
I mean, you just put it there, and then she will realize that there's
nothing to hide.
Okay.
There's an interesting question that I have, and it comes from, it's a follow-up to a statement you made. What if I'm dealing here with someone who really doesn't know that they are looking for something out there? You know, Kaspedi Bare, you can see that this says there's really something I'm looking for, but this person cannot even answer himself for the conduct that he or she does. And there have been people who have said, you know, this person is moving from partner to partner to partner. Clearly they are looking for the love of a mother.
Yeah.
You know, how do you help someone in that situation?
Hey, it's a challenge, that one, wasn't it? Because we're even talking about it, that why do people have move from one relationship to another just after some few months, and then they move? Now, this is what happens. When they are in a relationship, they start a relationship. You still remember the first time when you are in this relationship with your husband, and then you are so nurturing, so caring, and you know, even if there's a mistake, it's like overlooked. Oh, it's okay, it's fine, you know. But when now you are about to be grounded, you know, in your relationship or marriage, these are facts, this is what we have to do, we have to discuss. Then you are moving from that nurturing kind of space. Then it feels like, now it's no longer mother. I do not want that. Let's go to Mandu. Mandu is a new relationship, we start again.
So you are forever moving in that bubble.
You know? So it means there are some issues when we reflect back to his childhood or her childhood, that something went wrong. he or she was not provided with that love, that secure base, it's not there. So whenever now they have to move to another stage of relationship, they're still fixated to that stage where there are babies all the time. So this individual needs to be helped. This individual needs to be assisted to grow, so that even if I don't mean growing physically, grow emotionally, grow so that they can move from a stage of being a child to a stage where now we say you are an adult, be independent, you know, because now there are expectations. You are, for instance, the head of the family. There are so many responsibilities out there in the relationship. Now you have to be financially guiding this family or this relationship and making critical decisions. And you can't always be nurtured. I think that one I got it when I was conducting a study on the construction of masculinity. So one of the discourses that I found was that, you know, especially in the Pedi culture, they will say, Mandu Selepe.
Yeah, you go around.
You go around,
yeah.
And it shows that you are a real man. If you don't go around, you are not a real man. So, and someone was saying, why do we kind of glorify that pathological discourse and try to normalize it, whereas it's not normal? You know, it's us who then have to move and disengage ourselves, but then it's not easy.
Yeah,
You know, it's like in Tabi saying, fighting against the whole universe. You know,
it becomes part of the fiber that is built into a society.
Yeah.
And in a way, we hand it from generation to generation. So we teach our boys. You can't just have one girl and date the one girl.
Go and have a lot of them. Only to find that somebody was saying it, which I loved. I say, you know what, you can do that. You know, playing with toys. Toys, I mean, they are objects, but these are human beings.
Yeah.
Because you do that, and they are hurt inside. Unfortunately, they carry the hurt to the next person.
Yes.
And this person doesn't know anything. And then you get this woman who is so violent because already she has been wounded. So we need to be in a space where we think for the next person. But that comes after you realize that if this is done to me, how will I feel? And if I do it to the next person, if he's feeling that way, then it means I have to stop. You see.
Let's address this. Most men will say, this is something you pick up on the social media streets. And I think social media, I can credit it for teaching us or giving us a glimpse into, I would say, conversations we would normally not have or would not have the guts to actually have. Men are saying that I would not forgive if this is done to me. It seems to me that there is an expectation out there that women are supposed to, you know, forgive. They are supposed to focus on rebuilding when a male partner, you know, goes out of the confines of the marriage. Yet it's the male, the very male, who's not able to say, I can rebuild, I can forgive. Actually, if this is done to me, it's the end. It's a red card for me.
You know, there's one thing that people don't realize. They will say, this is good for men, but it's not good for women. If you cheat, as a man, I will not forgive you. But you as a woman, you have to forgive. Forgetting that both of us, we have emotions.
Yes.
Whether you are a man, whether you are a female, we do have emotions. The very same way it has impacted you is the very same way it will affect you. It will affect me. So that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
All other things are frills that we try to put to say, women can forgive and then move on. The damage that you cause, unfortunately, we run with it, and it has an impact on our children. Because sometimes you are silenced by the discourses outside that you as a woman, you have to absorb it, and it's okay, it's normal, it's natural, and men will just move around. But then it's affecting you such that now you're going to project your pain to your children.
The need to forgive forms a critical component of any person's ability to move forward in a situation where trust has been eroded. However, it seems to me that many of us put lip service to the mouth. We are willing to forgive, but we are not willing to walk the walk of forgiveness. It's a work that requires intentionality and some sort of accountability as well on the part of those people who wrong us. So, from whichever aspect you're looking at it, it's not just a matter of I forgive, it's a process. Be willing to allow the other party to work through forgiveness on their terms and on their own level. Join us again for Healing Conversations as we continue to explore this topic with our resident psychologist, Dr. Mandu. Next week, same time, 18:30 p.m. right here on TBN Africa.
Get yourself a copy of our latest books, The Mending of a Broken Vessel and Maintaining Your Joy, a journal for daily positive living. Visit a bookstore near you.